Hello Stampers, this is Annette from AE Stamps Latte, and today I am going to be sharing a card using the blending brushes with you so that you can make this at home. And we are going to be using a piece of the True Love Designer Series paper. It has some really gorgeous images, flowers to color on one side, and then wonderful patterns on the other side. And I overlooked this paper in the beginning, and when I did get it, I was very happy. So this is something that I am happy to have gotten, and I want to show you an easy way that you can use it. And I cut a piece of this paper, which you can color, but why not, let's blend it and see how that looks. And so we're going to work on a project using this pattern that's quite busy, and let's make a beautiful card with it. So I cut this piece of paper to 3 1/8 wide by 5 1/8 for my card, and I'm going to bring in a piece of scratch paper so that we can blend. And I am going to be using 3 colors. 3 colors is a good rule of thumb when you are creating a card. 2 colors is very good too, but when you go beyond 3, I think for me, it tends to get a little bit busy. So I chose Coastal Cabana and Daffodil Delight, and I think it was Highland Heather is what I was going to be doing. Okay, so I have that. And then I'm going to be bringing in my blending brushes for each one of them. And I'm going to tell you right now that I have 6 blending brushes, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get more or not. I'm sure I will, but right now I'm pretty content because I'm going to be using one for all the different kinds of yellows and oranges. And then I'm going to be using another one, which I haven't used yet, for reds and oranges. And so that's 2. And then one for blues and greens. And then one for like the purple. And then one for like the neutral colors, like the browns and stuff like that. So I thought I had 6, but maybe I'm missing something. But for right now, I think 6 is going to keep me happy, because when you are done using the blending brushes, you could just clean them by using a cloth. And then if there's no more color on it, you can go to the next color. But if you keep it in the color family, I think it'll be just fine. So that's what I wanted to say about the blending brushes. Okay, so we're going to be using these 3 colors, and I like to use the lighter colors first. So I'm going to start with the Daffodil Delight. And we're just going to pick up some color. And starting off here, and I will have to say that the paper picks up the color pretty easily. So don't press too hard unless that's what you wanted to get, is a really, really dark color. And in this case, I do kind of want to have a darker color. So I'm just gonna pick some areas randomly to make it yellow. And see, I'm putting my finger here. It's kind of loose right here, and I like to put the pressure on it. And I'm not like pushing really hard at all, but it just goes on like butter. It's really, really, really nice. And the nice thing is we can always come back if we want to add more color. But I think that looks good for the Daffodil Delight. And now we are going to, I think I'm going to go to Coastal Cabana, actually. And what's kind of nice is when you're doing this, like blues and yellows will kind of make a green. So we're going to get some green on the edges of where it hits the yellow with our blending. See that? So we got the yellow and then a green and then a nice blue. So pretty. Isn't this so pretty? This is so much fun. If you don't have these, you're going to have to get some because they're just way too much fun. And I do like to start off, especially if you're using white paper. I might need to stop. See, I can't stop it, so I can have room to add purple. So let's stop there for now, and we will add the Highland Heather and then see if we need to touch it up. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to leave any white spaces on here. I'm going to color it all. And I might go back with some more Coastal Cabana, I believe is what I'm thinking. Because the card base that we're going to have is going to be Coastal Cabana. That looks so good, doesn't it? I love it. So look at what you can do with in a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes using these fun blending brushes. Not a sponge dauber, even though you're still going to use sponge daubers for other projects, but it doesn't leave any marks of the sponge dauber itself. So I'm just bringing more of the Coastal Cabana because my card base is Coastal Cabana, so I need more. I want more in it. And maybe right there. Okay, there. Is that not pretty? I love it. So pretty, and it's all blended, so you get a little bit of a variety of colors, more of a violet color. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so there is our blending project. Okay, so now that we have created our beautiful background for the front of our card, we are going to be combining this with the Dragonfly Garden bundle, and we're gonna be stamping 3 dragonflies to add to our card front. So we're gonna do that now. So I have a piece of Whisper White, or you could be using the new basic white. Mine will be arriving here soon. I just don't have it yet, nor do I need it right now, but that would be what you could use, or anything that is high quality white paper, because we're gonna color these with our Stampin' Blends. So we're gonna have 3 of them. Okay, and I like to heat set mine for extra, to make sure that it really sets in nicely before I start coloring. Okay, and we are going to color with dark So Saffron, light, this is Mango Melody. I want the light Daffodil Delight, and the Bermuda Bay, light and dark, and a little bit of the basic black light. So we're gonna start, or I'm gonna start with coloring the wings all in the light, or I should say the dark So Saffron. And I'm gonna just color the whole thing. And then I'm gonna go back and add near the base, I'm going to add the light Bermuda Bay. And I'm just going to add some color over top. Just I'm flecking it out. And now I'm going to add the dark. Over top of that. And I'm going to do the whole entire body in the dark. Shoot, I went outside the line a little bit. You know, I picked the other dragonfly and I am now seeing that the body is already black, so I probably will not be using that black Stampin' marker that I got out. Okay, and so now I want to blend that a little bit, so I'm going to go back with the, which one is this? This is the Light Daffodil Delight, and I just want to blend this a little bit out. And as it dries, hopefully then it will look a lot more blended. And basically what I'm trying to do is to keep that lighter than the rest of it. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to do that for all of them. So I will just turn the camera off really quickly and finish doing those. All right, so I finished coloring my 3 dragonflies. And like I said, I did not need to use the black. If you use this other dragonfly right here, then you would. But I did grab this one because I tend to not want to make the exact same card. I have this issue. But anyway, so I did use a little bit of black after I used the dark Bermuda Bay on that one, but this one we don't need to. So this is what they look like, and I kind of like them not super blended in. That's just the way I like it, and that's how I did it. So we can punch them out then. And then, like I said, we are going to be putting this on Coastal Cabana. I could have used Bermuda Bay, but I don't use Coastal Cabana, and it's a little bit lighter than Bermuda Bay, so I liked it for my project. And obviously Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana work great together. So we have our 3 dragonflies that I'll just put over here, and we don't need these. And what I did in advance was I have a piece of the Coastal Cabana that I ran the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder through it from the annual catalog. And as you can see, mine is a little wobbly looking, and that is because I always spritz my cardstock with water so that I can get a better impression. I just like it that way, and so that is something that I do every single time regardless. And so this piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and we are going to add it to a black layer, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and then I like to take my bone folder and really make sure that the adhesive is sticking nicely to it. So there is that. And then we're going to be bringing in our wonderful blended designer series paper, and we're going to be putting it on there like that. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, so I'm just going to, let's see which side. Yeah, that looks good like that. So I'm just going to keep like 1/4 of an inch on the one side there. And make sure it's all good. And we are going to put it on a, same thing, Coastal Cabana card base. I'm putting it on backwards. And there are some great sentiments in the Dragonfly garden bundle, but because it's still celebration, I decided to change it up a little bit. So I used some sentiments from the Approaching Perfection, and let's see, I pre-stamped them, so let me bring them in. I die cut 2 of these from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I used the second largest or smallest and then the third one here for that. And then I just measured on the insides to figure out what size I needed to make it white, and I ended up using this sentiment here, and then this is going to be our sentiment on the inside. So we're saying if things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. So we are going to put that on our card, and we're going to put that on the front of our card with dimensionals. And I like to bend these up to give a little bit more dimension. And like I said, we're going to put dimensionals on it. And then we're going to place it over here, and not dead center in there, just maybe just a little bit lower, like about right there. Make sure that it's straight. It's not straight. There, isn't that looking so nice? Now we're going to add our dragonflies. We're going to save one of the dragonflies for the inside. And of course we are going to put them on with dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to stick one, this tail just a little bit touching that. And then I'm going to put this one so that the wing is touching that one. Doesn't that look nice? And then we'll maybe just manipulate that just a little bit. Okay. I like accessories and bling and all that kind of stuff. So since these are dragonflies, let's color them with the clear Winkostella. Make them sparkly wings. Okay, so now you probably can't see it, but those wings are sparkling like a dragonfly. Those wings would in person. Okay, and then we need a little bit more bling on there, or some bling, and so I have the Playing with Patterns Resin Dots, and so we'll add a few of those on there, the yellow ones, to kind of make them pop. We could use these, but I think the yellow ones will match a lot better. So we will do, I don't know what size, I guess this size. Okay, and then we'll put a small one of these on here. And then just for fun, we're going to go back and we're going to put some clear Wink of Stella on these as well. Okay, so there is our card front. So let's do a quick inside to match it. So as I said, I have this, so we'll just put these together. So if things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. And then we have happy birthday. So I am going to then stamp. My husband just walked in because he works at home from home now too. So of course that distracted me. I could hear him coming down the stairs. Okay, let's see. So we are going to be bringing back in the Dragonfly Garden, and we're going to put that on the inside. It's so pretty. And if you want to color it, you can, but I just don't think that we need to color it because we're going to be adding that colorful dragonfly that we did color, or I should say that I colored in the beginning. And you can choose which side you want, and I'm going to place it over here on this side. Okay, and we will add our happy birthday. We'll add our dragonfly. And then we will mat that on black as well. And then if you really wanted to, we could add another one of these on him or her. And then finally to our Coastal Cabana card. And there we have it. So there is our card using the True Love Designer Series paper with the awesome blending brushes and the garden, or the Dragonfly Garden. And we did some coloring on there. We used one of the Celebration stamp sets in an embossing folder, and you could whip these out, making all kinds of different colors, and you're ready to rock and roll with some springtime flowers. So thanks for joining me. Have fun stamping.